Hello and welcome to the Vapid Discussion Podcast. I'm your host, Chip, joined as always by Christian, Chin, Senior Caribou, a variety of their monikers, uh,
Yo, what's
known
up?
by many words that cannot be said within 15 minutes of starting the video.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What?
So, remember a while ago you told me about that thing with your mom and the police?
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching a lot of like dash cam cop videos, and the amount of like videos of women screaming "just take me to jail" is it happens almost every time.
That actually kind of makes me feel better, like in a weird way. It's
It
like, hey,
shouldn't.
maybe I mean, like the craziness isn't just, located in one area. It's spread.
I'll think of it like
The
this,
internet
right?
just provides more opportunity for people to see it.
All right, think of it like this, right? If you found
Yeah,
out
yeah.
that like your dad was like a serial killer, would that like shake
Mm-hmm.
you? Would that upset you?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And what if you like go to somebody and say, "Oh man, I'm so stressed out because I think my dad may have killed somebody," and he's like, "And?" You're like, "What do you mean and?" You're like, "Well, I've killed people." Well, and then like another guy's like, "Oh yeah, I've killed
Oh,
people too." Well, and then like everyone says that they have killed multiple people in their life. How would you like feel? Wouldn't that make it worse?
it would make it worse. Yeah, you're
Because like
right.
you realize like everyone around you is totally like
Insane.
yeah, and well, not you'd be the insane one because you think that like this thing is like wrong and out
Oh,
there, but it's like
uh,
totally acceptable.
it's totally acceptable to murder and all right. Yeah, cool. All right. I get your analogy. Thank you.
There's a movie called Thank You for no, The Invention of Lying, and it's about um like the plot of the movie is that like lying as a concept never existed, but then one guy just figures it out. So hey, I'm with the agency. I need you to give me all the money in the drawer. And the lady's like, yeah, sure. And she just hands over the thing. And she's like, well, is there any paperwork? And he's like, no, there's no paperwork. Just hand it over to me. And she's like, oh, cool. And then she just hands it over. Like, and then like you see like the money, and like the money is like printed in a way that it's like it wouldn't need like any kind of protection for counterfeit,
Oh, okay.
because no one would
Yeah.
ever like fake money, right? That's like a very similar idea of like everyone is just kind of insane.
Oh, yeah, it was Storm. I don't know if you heard that one, but
Speaking
uh
of just disgusting displays of anatomy, some recent things happened like just last night in the internet
yeah.
sphere. Speaking of internet spheres, the infamous internet homosexual fat guy Nikocado Avocado has lost all of the weight. He went from like
That's damn
450.
impressive.
He went from like 450 to probably 190 at most. I'm not a good estimate for weight.
He I don't know. It is damn impressive. I like what he's gone through and I actually kind of hope that he just like had a bunch of the videos just stored up. I haven't looked too much into the
Yeah,
situation to be honest, but I've
that's what he
heard that
says,
he's
I
just like
think.
stored up a shit ton of videos. He stored a shit ton of videos that he just released and then dropped that bomb.
Yeah, for 2 years he recorded a bunch of stuff and then like uploaded over the course of 2 years. He did like a fake breakup with his boyfriend and some shit. It's all like one big like he's possibly one of like the greatest like performance artists of like a generation.
Yeah, that who would have fucking thought, dude?
Um, there's a Kafka
Oh man.
story called "The Hunger Artist." It's about a
Hmm.
because there used to be this thing called like hunger artistry, where a guy would just not eat, and then people would pay money to see him.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
that's
then
not too
one
different
day
from
he just
today.
kind of like stopped eating, and then like they he was like in a cage because they always put like freak shows in cages for some reason. And then like the freak show got sold and became a zoo, and then it realized who was in there, so just threw a lion in there, and the lion didn't like do anything because he's like all skinny and shit. It's basically like how it's an allegory for how people um kind of lose themselves in their art, and how there's like a degree of like, well, at some point the spectacle stops being for the audience and more for the performer.
Yeah, that's kind of like exactly Nick's story, isn't
Yeah.
it?
My point being that he better not get too skinny, otherwise he'll get thrown into a lion cage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything I say is 100% literal. I don't use any analogy or hyperbole or metaphor whatsoever.
Of course you don't.
Yeah.
Um, damn, complete radio silence. Um, I've been watching the Minecraft trailer, the Minecraft movie trailer, and just been getting more sad every second
It
I watch it.
I've seen sorry. I saw the like the meme people make. It's like Jason Momoa, how I pronounce his name, like as
It doesn't
Steve
matter.
with like a blue shirt, and like you give him a goatee or like to keep the beard, and just have his hair be short, and then give him a blue T-shirt and jeans, and that's what Steve looks like.
Exactly.
Also, here's something.
They
Go look at the
oh man.
trailer for like see Jack Black when he says that he's Steve. Look at his shirt. It's not like
Yeah, it's
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 so weird.
it's like they MCUified. They gave him the MCU treatment. It's like unnecessarily over designed.
I saw that too. I was like, wait, it looks like a V-neck sweater, but
Also a turtleneck.
also a
And it's
turtleneck.
short
Yeah.
sleeve. It's like half short sleeve. It's like up like elbow thing. Like Steve wears blue je he wears uh Steve wears brown boots or black shoes,
hmm
jeans,
hmm
and a cyan turquoise t-shirt that's tucked in except for the front right side where it's kind of like hanging out. And that's
And
Steve's character design.
that is Steve. Jason Momoa actually would have been a much better Steve because it's all how we picture Steve, I think. Steve
Yeah.
is capable of lifting like what tons of anything, I guess.
Yeah. Have you ever like seen like the actual like trailers for like the animated trailers for Minecraft?
Some of them, yeah, with they have like that very specific art style of like
Not
slightly
even
more
that. Like,
cartoony.
did you ever see the Caves and Cliffs one, where like they go into the cave and they find the axolotl and
I might
shit?
have.
Anyway, it's like very like well animated, and there's like a physical comedy to it that's really good.
Yeah.
Um, that this movie doesn't look like it looks like it's not gonna have.
So I've seen a few people saying they should do the Sonic thing, but I don't think it's possible
Yeah,
to.
it's way too far.
Yeah, like the whole with the Sonic thing, it was different because it's just like, Sonic and his pals that they had to redesign. With this, it's the whole art style.
Yeah. Uh,
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they could replace the live action actors with animated people, like
but
Minecraft
look
people instead.
look at what the sheeps and everything looks like, and imagine
Oh,
that,
you're
but like a
right.
person. Like how the eyes would look.
Yeah. No, you're
Yeah.
right.
Uh, you
Shit.
know what
Yeah.
my pitch was?
What?
You know Leica,
Uh,
the company that made
maybe.
Coraline and
Oh, yeah,
Kubo
yeah,
and the
yeah,
Two
yeah, yeah.
Strings and Paranorman. Imagine if they did a stop motion, silent, slapstick adventure comedy,
Okay. And
and that's my pitch.
that's your
It's
Minecraft.
It's an hour and 18 minutes long, and it's just the adventures of Steve, like building a little house, and then finding diamonds. Like that's all it should be. Him building a
Do
little
you think
house,
they're
and
do you think they're
you
gonna fucking try to use Herobrine in the movie?
there might be like a reference or like a background gag or something, but it
Oh.
can't. I don't think they can't, like I don't think legally they can, because Herobrine is like they don't own the rights to Herobrine.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I
It's
mean,
kind
it's just Steve with an extra white pixel in his eye.
no, there's like some subtle differences between like here like I've seen some
Is there?
good. I've well, not really. It's just kind of that, but like the way the face is, it looks like the older Steve compared to like the newer Steve. So it's like I've seen some really good like fan art of Herobrine where like he looks like all kind of like disheveled, like his shirt's all ripped up and stuff. I'll have to send you
Uh,
the artist, but it's a really good artistic interpretation. Um, but I like the
I
idea
think
of the problem with Herobrine is that Herobrine works better as not like a villain, but as like a thing that happens in the background.
I have to agree. Actually, yep,
Here's
that's a
something.
perfect.
Here's something crazy for you. So,
Uh, I'm ready. I'm
you
ready.
know, like they made like sequels to Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay, because ignore all of those because those were made afterwards, like a while
Well,
afterwards.
it's great because I didn't watch them.
Yeah,
I've only watched the first one.
but you know exactly what happens in the Fallen Kingdom, right?
It falls.
What happens in Fallen Kingdom? Like the events of the
I just
music
met
video, what happens
King's walking around. And at the end, he jumps into the water because his family dies, and he
before that?
um
Like in chronological order, what events happen in the
I'm trying to play the music video in my head. It's been a while. He walking through the town, waving at. Oh wait. No, at the beginning he's walking through the town and it's empty. I think, right?
no, think of it in chronological order. So like anything
Chronological
that happens
order.
after the kingdom falls, put that at the end.
Okay. All right. Well, he rebuilds. He would rebuild it. I guess. I don't know.
No, I mean like no, put no, what are the events of the think of the events of the story of Fallen Kingdom and just like say them.
Uh, King has place. King has
Okay.
kingdom. Uh, King loses family and kingdom.
You're all right, look, you're not missing the point exactly. So,
Yeah, I am.
here's
I don't remember the fucking music
you
video.
should.
I haven't watched a fucking music video in years, man. I just
You should
remembered
watch it
all I
once every
remember is
month.
all I remember is him falling off the bridge and
I watch it once. It's not a bridge. It's not a bridge. It is a balcony.
okay, it's a
Uh
balcony.
yeah.
That
So, this is the chronological events. The king is walking through his village, his kingdom. Everything's happy. He's hanging out with people. He's, this is the puppet show bit. Remember that? He's talking to people, waving, smiling.
yeah.
Then we see guards show up, and they have a creeper in a cage, and he walks over, and the creeper freaks out and like is freaking out. And then they
I
take the creeper away.
I
Then
do not
he
remember any of that.
then he goes and he's like, there's like a juggler, and he's with his family. At night, Hero Brian runs up to the jail where they keep all the hostile mobs, and blows up the wall, and all the hostile mobs go and then destroy the city and destroy everything.
Oh, this does ring a bell.
Yeah. Here's something though. Nobody sees Hero Brian.
Oh yeah.
He runs over, blows up the wall, then runs away. He's a
Yeah, wasn't he
griefer.
wearing like
He
wasn't he
just
wearing
had a
like
hood
a hood
on.
or something
Yeah.
in that?
He
Yeah.
shows up, does it, and leaves. Think of it from the civilian's perspective and the king's perspective. One day everything's fine, and then out of nowhere, all of the monsters that we were so hardly contained break out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know who Hero Brian is. They've never seen him. They don't know that he caused this. It just happened, and everything fell apart. Do you know why?
Well, yeah, Cerebrine, but they don't know that.
No, like thematically, do you know why?
Oh, no, I don't. No.
Because Hero Brian represents the unknown. Hero Brian is the thing in the fog. He's those
Hmm.
weird sounds in the cave. He's you not remembering if you put that torch down there or if someone else did. He is the coming across a weird generation and not knowing if this was built this way or was just the way the game is. Hero Brian is symbolic of that period of playing a game where you don't know everything about it and strange things can happen. He
In a way, then
represent
it's almost like the early Minecraft days. Then.
That's exactly my point. He represents this kind of unknown factor in a system. He showed up, blew up a wall, and caused everything to fall apart. He didn't like sit in a tower and send the monsters at them. He isn't blowing up their buildings with fireballs and shit. It's something that was so small in the grand scheme of things that led to just a downward spiral. And that's something that you could only really get in video games. You can't really have that aspect in a movie.
Yeah.
Uh, you
Hmm.
ever hear of like the GTA Urban Legends?
Huh. You mean like the secret UFOs or shit like that, or
Kinda. Well, yeah, to a degree. So, but like the UFOs are like an actual thing in the game, though, right? Like in GTA 5, there's actual UFOs and shit you see.
yeah, I remember seeing like conspiracy theories like with drawings on walls at one point.
Yeah, do you know what those actually were?
Which no.
It's like the Mount Chiliad, the Mount Chiliad conspiracy. So I may be getting some details about the specifics wrong, but the general idea is what I do know for a fact is that there were like three drawings that were symbolic or representative of the three DLCs that GTA 5 was gonna get, but that were
Oh.
canceled because GTA Online and the missions and the heists were so successful.
Uh,
The three were there was gonna be one where Trevor becomes a secret agent and works for um the FIB trying to find aliens and shit, and that got
hmm.
reworked into some missions for the like online game. There was gonna be one about Michael making a zombie movie for Hollywood, and then the third one was going to involve the black guy,
Franklin.
Franklin. He was gonna be either stalked by or hunting down a serial killer, and it was gonna be like very evocative of the Manhunt series, Rockstar's other forgotten title, along with Bully. Like it was supposed to be like evocative of Manhunt.
I liked Bully. It was fun.
Yeah. We're never gonna get a sequel.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Hope. Have you heard of Saint Dennis?
No.
There's this really great comic artist guy I follow on Twitter. He just doesn't upload as often as I would like him to, but he has good art, and he's like keeps rebooting things. But he has like a series called Saint Dennis that's heavily inspired by Bully. I'll like send you some like the collection and stuff, but it's a really good like comic series. But yeah, anyway, so the urban legends. So you know like Bigfoot in GTA San Andreas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's he like you could look for him, but like if you look at actual game files, he's not there. Like if you data mine shit, like that's the problem with like modern internet mysteries is that data mining has completely destroyed like the mystery and the mystique.
Yeah.
Um,
People
there.
just
Oh,
can't help
sorry.
themselves.
Yeah, there's like the Rat Man in GTA 3 in the sewers. Um, and there's one called
Ratman.
the Ghost Cars in I think San Andreas. What happens is people say they'd see cars drive themselves, and then they'd show up in really strange places, and people couldn't explain it. And it was like on film too. It wasn't like a mod. Do you know what the actual explanation was?
No, no. I
They just they put a weird trigger in a weird space to spawn cars, but they didn't account
I
for the gravity of the hill. So it would just spawn a car. It would roll down a hill and then just keep going because like the geometry of the level. And so people would see his cars roll by, but didn't realize, like, oh well, it's because the hill up there is just maintaining its momentum.
so like a glitch then, basically.
Not really a glitch, but like an oversight that created this whole like mystery that people were like,
See, that's cool though. That's cool though.
yeah,
That's
they're
cool.
like it was this mystery,
Until
this unknown element, and you can't do that with a movie. You can't like you could kind of do that with like background details and shit. Like you see the movie Longlegs came out recently.
uh no, I did not.
All right, so the important thing is that it's like there's like a kind of supernatural element to it, but not really. But in the background, you see like the devil or some shit, like occasionally in the background. It's like it's very subtle. Um,
I was actually thinking of another horror movie, yeah, where you saw I don't I don't remember the name of it, but it was like the demon or whatever was like in the background just like staring at the main characters the whole time. The audience could see it, but the characters could not.
yeah,
And that,
that was my pitch for
cool as fuck.
Slenderman movie.
I feel like Slenderman could be done right,
Yeah, my
but they didn't do
pitch.
it right.
Yeah, because the problem was that those like Slender stabbings, like this, which that's it's bullshit because like if you actually listen to the interview, like also talks about using the Force from she starts talking about using some kind of mystical energy gravity powers from some kind of science fantasy
From
stories,
another,
and she also
yeah,
talks
yeah.
about
You
time
can't say it.
traveling with Doctor Who. So it's not like the media just focused on the Slender Man shit when really it was just a generic schizophrenic lady. Like it was like this kid was just schizophrenic, and her friend was also like a psycho. So it wasn't just Slender Man, but is that what they rolled with? And the police like kept feeding into that. So that's what stuck. But anyway, so my pitch for like a Slender Man movie is very similar to like the setup for Everyman Hybrid. That internet series where they're trying to make a Slender Man movie. It's like a found footage of them making a Slender Man movie, but Slender Man
Hmm.
actually is slowly stalking them in the background.
Okay. Yeah.
Like there'll be a scene like two guys like setting up like a tall like dummy, like setting him up, and in the
Huh.
background you just see like a guy standing in the background. Like you're not quite sure whether it's actually him or not, but it's more
That
of like
feels like one of those movies.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say that feels like one of those movies where they really need to just have one good jump scare and then that's it. Like that would
I
definitely need to focus
think
more on like the like
you could probably do it without any
the
jump
background
scares.
details.
I think you
I mean,
could
it
do it
probably could,
without
but the fucking industry cannot handle that for some reason.
uh nothing nothing that isn't like A24. Like actual studio shit can't do non-jump scares.
Yeah.
It's well like Hereditary
I was
did
just gonna say Hereditary. I
yeah.
love Hereditary.
I love that movie too. Is that Eggers who made that, or is that
Oh,
Ari Aster?
I don't remember. I couldn't tell you.
I think it might be Ari Aster because Eggers, yeah, Ari Aster made Hereditary, and then uh Midsummer, and then Eggers made The Witch, The Viking, or The Norseman, and then he's also gonna make a new Nosferatu inspired Nosferatu remake that looks really good. Anyway, but the point is, there's like scenes in Hereditary where you just
Hereditary.
like it approach like as like the movie goes on, you see more and more like cultists around the house in the background that no one pays attention to, and like very like subtle horror things that like slowly build up. There's like no jump scares. There might be like one or two in the entire
It
movie, but like they're not like real jump scares. They're kind of like there's like a build up and then a payoff, not like just out of
yeah,
nowhere.
Hereditary is definitely like one of my favorite types of horror movie.
Yeah, but
100%.
audiences hated it because they didn't like understand what to be afraid of. Because
You know, because they
yeah,
weren't
sorry,
jump scared. So,
yeah, the lowest
oh
common
no, it's
denominator does
fine.
not understand fucking horror.
Yeah, they just want to get the jump scares and get jump in their seat a little bit and then call it a day.
Yeah, I think it's a real tragedy how good horror isn't appreciated anymore. Speaking of tragedies, Christian, do you know what today is? As in today of the day this video is going up on. You know what today is?
The day that this day is the tragedy day,
Today is nine
September
11,
11th.
September 11th.
Yeah.
It's been 23 years since that faithful day when George Bush, for once in his life, did something totally reasonable, and yet everyone acted like he was a complete dumbass for it. Like just reading a book, like what do you expect him to do? Like run around screaming, "Oh my God, we're being attacked!" Instead of just like what was if he left that school like 10 minutes earlier? What do you think was gonna happen? Like everything already happened by then.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 9/11, big event. We define ourselves by living like a post 9/11 world.
Yeah.
Um, that's really what separates like Gen Z from Gen Alpha. Is Gen Z grew up with like the shadow. Like we have like some understanding of like life before 9/11 and we have the remnants of it, but like we grew up in the shadow of 9/11. Whereas like Gen
Yeah, yeah.
Alpha like doesn't even think about 9/11 as like an actual event because they never experienced the decay of the civilization that 9/11 caused.
Yep. Just
And
the world started growing grayer,
yeah,
more grayscale.
and like all things that happen, the important thing to do is find someone to blame. So Christian, let me ask you this. Who was really behind 9/11?
The 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 pur- the purple guy,
The what?
the purple guy,
What do you mean?
the man behind the slaughter.
From Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes.
You think that William Afton,
Yes, the
the
purple. I
the
think William
co-founder
Afton was
of...
responsible.
All right, Christian, we're gonna do this again with the timeline shit because you seem to
No,
like not fundamentally understand shit. All right, Christian,
no, he always comes back. He always comes back. He could exist at all times.
when
He always
does
exists.
you,
He
you know
always
how
comes back.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 happened before Five Nights at Freddy 1?
Yeah, 1984, 1987. Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's when that happened. When did Five Nights at
I th
Freddy's happen? The first game.
uh well, I think it was like 1987, but I don't really
It was
remember exactly.
1999.
That's kind of didn't I don't know my FNAF lore, I guess.
Do you know when William Afton destroyed the animatronics from the first game and got spring trapped?
No, tell me.
1999.
Yeah, I think a giant fucking animatronic walked into a airport, somehow got past security,
Do you know
rotting,
when Five Nights at
decaying.
Freddy's 3 happened?
No, I don't.
The estimate goes from 2003 to 2014.
That is a fuck. That is that's a wild estimate.
Yeah, it's like the first series was 2003, but it's generally accepted to happen sometime between 20 around 2014.
So
Do
you're
you remember
saying
what Phone Dude says
that
on the second night?
do you know what phone dude says on the second night?
Do
Because
you?
I don't.
Yeah, he says that they found
I just
an
said no, I don't.
animatronic that was locked up and sealed in a room. It was sealed away in a room. There was no way for Afton to get out of the room to go plan and orchestrate 9/11.
What about glitch trap?
Glitch
What about all
Trap did
that? What
not
about him?
exist until after VR technology was invented, after 2015. Or after 2012, rather.
Mm,
Glitch Trap is a byproduct of the creation of VR technology.
ah, okay. Yeah. So you're like there's no chance that he like another animatronic did it maybe while William Afton was possessing them
Canonically,
maybe.
time travel does exist, but you don't know enough about that to argue that point.
You are correct.
So do you know what the actual reason why Afton could not have caused 9/11?
Um, I is it not because he was in a fucking room in FNAF 3 barred up or you
That's
know what I
one
mean?
reason, but do you know the actual like the main reason why?
Because he doesn't exist.
That's totally irrelevant. Do you know what the actual true reason why he could not have done 9/11?
No, no, why?
Because I know who's really behind 9/11. Christian, do you really want to know? Are you ready to know who's really behind 9/11?
I don't know if I'm ready for this, man. This is
Because
kind of
once you
intense.
know, you can never go
You might kind
back.
of once you once you go black, never go back.
Once you know the truth, you can never be forsooth.
Um, I think I'm ready.
All right. Do you know who really? Do you know who's really behind 9/11?
Ooh.
Nobody.
The secret ingredient to the secret soup is nothing.
Christian, 9/11 did not happen.
Oh my fucking god, you're not going down this fucking route again.
Christian, think of it, right? Can jet
Oh, you were
fuel.
so lucky that I did, wasn't you? Oh my god, you were so lucky that I was like, I was
Christian,
born a few
can,
months before it and not physically capable of understanding what time was at that point. My birth did not.
Christian,
Ah!
Christian, can jet fuel
What?
meet
What do you
steel
want from me?
beams? Can jet fuel melt
Oh
steel
my
beams?
fucking. I've heard this before.
Christian,
I don't know. I'm stupid. That's
the,
my thing. I'm
the,
stupid. I
the,
don't fucking know.
the answer is no. So if a plane hit the
Can
Twin
a whole fucking
Towers,
airplane
yeah,
can a whole fucking
yeah,
airplane destroy the towers though? I would like
no,
to think that
they're still
there's a
there.
little more to it than jet fuel.
They're still there. Christian, have you ever been to New York?
What? What? No.
So there's no way of you knowing that they're not still there.
Damn you for not for knowing I don't go anywhere.
Christian, I've been to New York, and you know what I saw there?
Wait, was it Twin Towers? Was it Twin
I
Towers? Was it?
saw a building. And you know what I saw
Yeah?
right next to it? Another
one?
building.
No.
Twin
No,
Towers.
you're lying to me. You're lying to me.
Christian, have you ever actually seen any real physical evidence for 9/11?
No.
Exactly. What, you see like clips on YouTube? I've seen clips of YouTube of aliens invading. I've seen clips of giant monsters attacking cities. I've seen giant clips of whatever.
Oh, do you believe the moon landing was fake too?
No. Do you know why?
Why?
Because if they were gonna make the moon landing, they would have gotten Stanley Kubrick to direct it, and I do not believe for a second that the moon landing as filmed would not be a million times more pretentious and unnecessarily vague and obtuse if it was directed by Stanley Kubrick.
I'm tired, man. Oh, you fucking pulling out the nothing exists card. I don't know how to fucking fight
I didn't
back.
say that nothing exists. I said that 9/11 didn't happen.
You know what I fucking mean. You know what I mean. You know.
I don't know if you've heard
What a
this
great.
before,
Probably
but
not.
there's a little
That's kinda my thing.
show called Family Guy.
Okay, I've heard of Family Guy.
I don't know if you knew this, but Seth
Probably not.
MacFarlane was almost on that plane. That alleged plane.
We would have never gotten the Family Guy continued.
Well, we would have because, again, 9/11 didn't happen.
Damn you. Damn you to hell. I don't need. Somehow, you always manage to surprise me.
Yeah,
Damn impressive. I'll give you that.
I'm a comedic genius.
Are you sure you just don't like sit in front of a mirror and just like practice the jokes to yourself?
I do that. I do that. That's its point. But I'm a creature of impulse, Christian, right? If I'm walking down the street and I see a bottle of water on the side of the road, I'm gonna drink it, assuming I'm thirsty.
Oh my god. Saw that. I saw that.
I'm a survivor, Christian,
You are a survivor. You're a born
and
survivor.
I survived 9/11, just like
Technically, so did I.
everyone else did,
Because
because it didn't happen.
yeah, because it doesn't exist. Yep, because it doesn't.
I'm not
exist.
saying it didn't exist. I'm saying it didn't happen.
So, all of the people who are lost, loved ones in there, they're all just pretending.
No,
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 no, that just no.
no. Yes, I mean actually yes.
So, all right. uh, they're they're just like, I want these social media points. My family died in this mysterious event that's surrounding the nation and will also change airports forever in this fake event. My family died in that, but that's just for brownie points on with
I'm not not
the
I'm
local
not saying
neighbors, I
that.
guess.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, no, no, of course not. What, what the fuck is
So
going on?
Christian, let me ask you this, right?
You can't just leave me with my thoughts. I can't handle this.
Christian,
I'm listening,
have you
Chipple.
ever actually met a Muslim?
You are just no. I don't. Maybe I. You know what? Maybe I don't know. I live
Maybe.
life on autopilot.
Maybe is not a yes, Christian.
You're right because I don't remember anything. You could be a figment of my imagination for all I know. You could just be a voice behind a computer screen
Are you
who
familiar with
just
the
like
concept of
somehow
solipsism?
manifests.
I think we've talked about it before, but are you familiar with the concept of solipsism?
We have talked about this before.
Yeah.
Yes, we have on the podcast. I think it was one of
Solipsism
the earlier episodes.
is retarded.
Pretty sure you said something similar too.
Yes. Want to hear a funny story about 9/11?
You know what? Sure. It's the time. It's the time of the season.
Yeah.
I don't.
So,
Yeah.
you know how my mom used to work at the courthouse?
Did she fall down the stairs?
Probably. But
Sorry.
so
Keep going.
she worked at the courthouse during the alleged events 9/11. And this is when my parents were still
Uh huh.
together.
Uh huh.
And 9/11 happened, and she was freaking out, and she was like trying to get her boss like let her go home, and he said, "Well, no. Why?" And she's freaking out, calling everyone, and she always told the story that they closed every other courthouse in the state except for the one for this county, and she was like freaking out because like they were still open. She had to stay at work.
Uh huh.
Do you think that? I'm like, well, do you think that terrorists were gonna just attack a random courthouse in the middle of Pennsylvania?
Chipple.
The answer is no, because they didn't
How
even attack the Twin Towers in New York.
how how do you explain? So 9/11 didn't exist. Where did all the people go that didn't die?
They're around.
Where?
I don't know, wherever they were. I mean,
The-
9/11 was what, like 20 years ago? If you're like 30 or 40, you could be dead by now of unrelated things.
Yeah, you could be, I guess. How many episodes are we in? 7, I think.
No, this is our sixth episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yesterday was our last time was our
Man, the
fifth one.
fucking the ending of the podcast really rings true.
What was the ending
Sorry
of
for
the
the
pod?
poor quality. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna get any better.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get any better.
Wow.
It actually gets worse as we get lazier.
I think you're right. I think you might be onto something. So, you know how we were talking about like Fallen Kingdom and all that,
Yeah.
and I said I hadn't really like listened to the music video. The I've literally was just watching someone replacing the Minecraft movie trailer and editing it to like fit in with like the music from Fallen Kingdom,
Yeah.
and it actually works really good.
Yeah.
I might have to share it with you because they edited out all of the live action people,
Yeah.
and it worked really well.
All right, dude. I'm gonna blow your fucking mind. But first, I need to take a
You're
quick.
gonna blow my
All right.
mind.
We have to take a quick little break because I have to use the bathroom. Uh, and then I'll be right back. I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna blow your mind. So just talk for
I
like 10 minutes while I'll be right back.
Jesus Christ. My thing isn't really talking. Well, I guess Chipple will hear this when he's editing the podcast, or maybe he won't because he's just lazy. I don't know. I'm going to leave about 20 seconds of silence while I go grab a drink, and then if he edits podcasts the way I do, I mean the way I edit videos is we normally look at the audio waveform, and if there's like a big moment of silence, then I go in and I edit it out. I don't know if that's how he works, but that's how I do. Um, so I'm he's going to see that in a little bit. And if anyone's listening, um, you can see how lazy Chipple got if he edited this part out or not. Because if when I leave and it's just silence, comment it. Call him out for it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab that drink now. I actually do pretty well rambling. So hopefully Chipple edits that out. I don't know why you'd want to listen to me talk. You know, in retrospect, him telling me to ramble is great way to just like take up time. You know, I've been working on some video games lately. You know, um, I'm actually really good at talking to nobody because I do it for years. I did it for years when um, filming YouTube videos, talking to yourself, and then also streaming to nobody when I tried streaming and I first started off and there was nobody. So talking to myself is easy and it comes naturally. Also, if you don't talk to yourself normally, what are you even doing? You have to talk to the voices in your head. You want to hear some? Here, I'll bring out some of my characters for you. I hate everybody. All right. I just want to let everybody know that, like, I've been drinking, and I don't think these podcasts are gonna get any fucking better. All right. I'm part of Christian Senior Caribou's fucking lore with his shitty fucking YouTube channel, which hasn't had a fucking YouTube video been uploaded in fucking years. All right. Maybe one day something will happen. Do you know how many fucking scripts are just like laying around? I'm sort of being meta. I'm a character, but I'm also a real person. Got it memorized. Fucking bitch. Mountain Dew Hard is fantastic, by the way. Except for the one that sucks. Anyway, I'm gonna have Christian come back now. That was my character, Little Caesar. Um, you know, we just have him chilling, have him come around, say hi. I actually do. I want to start taking shorts and condensing them into well, I'm sorry, I should say I want to take clips from this podcast that I think are somewhat funny, maybe in like in a very broad sense of comedy, I suppose, because I'm not a very funny individual, and Chipple has to like work with that. So sorry to him, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, the point is, I want to take some of the highlights in quotations and like act them out with different characters and whatnot, because I used to just record a lot of videos with all the characters. And then, you know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up is that I used to record all of these fucking videos, right? With all my different characters, right? I know that's not like an original concept, right? It's not. It really isn't. It's been done, but I'm going to get upset about it anyway because I did it in the past, right? I did it a lot with me playing multiple characters who all had their own personalities. I didn't do a very good job, but I did it first, and that's all that fucking matters. And now you see YouTube Shorts with people doing it all the time, and I think that's kind of messed up. If I'm going to be honest with you, I can't believe I've been ranting this long. Um, I made a rap one time while I was intoxicated, and I read the back of the hot sauce labels. I'm a big lover of hot sauce, and when I say hot sauce, I mean hot sauce, like really, really hot. And I have a couple things sitting around in my kitchen that are like a couple million Scoville. I have one that is so dangerous. Well, apparently, I haven't tried it yet because uh, I haven't really had a good chance to. But it has like paragraphs of warnings on the back, um, telling you that you should not have it on its own. That like you need to to use it as an additive for food, because it's that hot. And honestly, that sounds really fun. I'm gonna get to it eventually. Maybe make it a video. I don't know. I don't have any friends that like hot sauce like that. Like I'm the only one now. When I was in Japan in the military, I had a couple pals who would be willing at the least to kill some hot sauce with me in the hot ones, like spicy hot wing sauce tier list. There's like 10 sauces, and I was actually able to get some of them to play the game, or I guess you could call it a game. It wasn't really a game. Um, what's gonna suck is if he never paused this. I mean, no, no, no. Reverse that. Take it, reverse it. If he did pause it, if he paused it, and I'm ranting to myself right now because I'm staring at my blank monitor in my dark ass room, um, just hoping and praying that um this video is actually still running, that he didn't pause it, and he's not gonna come back and just like laugh his ass off at me, because that would hurt my feelings. Anyway, I've been making a game. I've been making I have this really bad habit, which is shown in my YouTube videos. Well, it would have shown in my YouTube videos if I would have made more lore, but I have this really bad habit of taking a concept
He's still
and
going. I've been back.
expanding it
I'm just
way too
muted.
far. Um, so I'm making a game, which I'm not going to say here how they all connect, but I I want them to connect. Um, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm gonna let if I ever make these games become real and like people watch this podcast, um, don't I'm not going to say what it is. The chances of me making this game are like 50%, I'd have to say. I'm like halfway through right now with the first video game. Um, I hope I can make it. I don't know what Chipple's doing. I don't know if he's. I have used this joke like 1 million times, and I think I'm going to keep using it. But the toilet from SpongeBob, the one that Patrick killed and it came crawling out, that's hilarious to me. That's just hilarious to me. And it's probably what's going to happen to Chipple's toilet right now, or whenever he's done. That's a little gross, but eh. I'm talking to maybe 5 people.
I've been sitting here for like 5 minutes just listening to him ramble.
Uh, One thing that Chipple once said, which I actually have to 100% agree on, is he once said that Lego minifigures. I know. Speaking of off topic, Lego minifigures should be yellow. Um, if you want like true, I don't really know exactly what the word I'm looking for, but it's like inclusion when they're yellow. Like I mean a pure like that yellow minifigure old school style, which is great. Um, because like they're not white, they're not black. they're mini figures, and that's how it should be. I'm also partial because the original Lego Ninjago minifigures were yellow. I actually don't know if the new ones are or not. It doesn't matter, I guess. But this is this is almost torture. This might be torture. Um, we've been. Oh shit! Oh shit! We just hit an hour. I refuse to believe that Chip would let this podcast end at me rambling for like 10 minutes. Maybe he would.
Okay, let's do this.
The theme is that
All right, I'm back.
the podcast is shit. Holy fuck me!
All right, let me just restart the recording thing here so we can get the rest of the thing done because we have like probably 10 more minutes of content to fill.
Please tell me you did not pause it.
I said I was gonna pause it. Christian, you still there?
No.
Christian, I'm gonna blow your mind.
What do you want from me?
Do you know what Captain Sparkle's other song is? His other
I don't
famous
give a
one.
fuck.
The meme, the big meme.
The
Creep.
baby tonight. Creepers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know who sings that?
No.
Do you know who it isn't?
No. Is it? Not, I'm assuming it's not Captain Sparkles.
It's Try Hard Ninja. It's the guy who sings all those like Five Nights at Freddy's songs.
Didn't he also do "Don't Mind at Night"?
I think that may have been something else. But the point being, his most favorite song, like one of his most
Did
famous
you
things.
actually pause the fucking recording? I don't give a fuck about any of this shit anymore. Did you pause the fucking recording? I don't give a fucking shit about. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fucking shit.
You'll find out on 9/11, and you'll know whether or not
I'm about to cause my own fucking 9/11. Deppel. How long? How long is the recording for? How long is the recording for? How long is the recording for?
Christian, I've been sitting here listening to you ramble like a lunatic for probably 15 minutes.
I hate you.
I leave you
better
alone
have
for
kept
10
that.
seconds, and you immediately start going into character comedy, which is like the lowest form of comedy. This is how you build improv skills, Christian.
I really hope you're just a voice in my head.
What would be worse if I was a real person or whether I was a projection of your own consciousness?
I think I'd be happier if you were real, because then I could choke you the fuck out.
I've said it before, but like I'm basically the Antichrist. I keep telling people that, but they
Yeah.
don't seem to believe me.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So in summary, the Minecraft trailer looks like dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Avocado lost all of the weight, and that's like a really funny bit. And
Mm-hmm.
9/11 either did not happen or it was done by the killer from the Five Nights at Freddy's video game.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody won last episode because it only got like 3 views and nobody comments.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure we're gonna get lots of comments this episode.
Well, yeah, we have it's a trifecta. We got a fat guy, we got Jack Black acting the fool, and we got 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Did you actually see the Borderlands movie?
Nope, and I will not.
I watched
But
like
I've heard it's
I
not
watched like
good.
2 minutes of it. And it's dog shit.
I feel like they should just let the same companies make video game movies. Like the only ones who do the good ones, that's the only people who should make video game movies. Like I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about Sonic, but I've heard very good things about it, so they should just let that company do more things. And like the Mario movie, I never played a Mario game. I played Mario. That's a lie. I played Mario Kart, but I don't give a shit about Mario. But the movie was good. Was that the same company? I don't know, but they should do
Illumination.
more.
It's the company that does the Minions.
Okay, well, they do. They're all right. They're all right.
Man,
I guess the only reason the
I
minions
really,
are
fu-
annoying is because of Facebook moms.
I really fucking hope that Minecraft the movie has a hyper realistic panic attack in it.
Yeah, I really hope that the recording was resumed and not paused.
Hero Brian is such a weird name from like a
I hate
like
you.
what is that even like? It's not like Brian. Like you said Brian, but like, that's not what it is.
Like brine, like a fish.
Well, it's Hero. Well, Hero Bryn is like one of the pronunciations, and that's like the earlier one. But Hero Brian came out later.
And that's wrong.
First
Hero Brain is
appeared
wrong.
on 4chan.
What do you want from me? What are you saying?
He has some Wikipedia page.
Hmm. That's great. Hmm.
Huh. That's
I'm glad.
interesting.
I'm glad you're on Wikipedia. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that's crazy. Uh,
That is crazy.
yeah. What I love is that people refuse to acknowledge Notch as the creator of Minecraft because he said something mean on Twitter like 10 years ago or some shit. But a big part of like the lore of Herobrine is that he's allegedly Notch's dead brother. Christian, if your brother died and possessed one of your video games, wouldn't you be more annoyed than frightened?
I'm sorry, what? I wasn't listening.
If your brother died and possessed one of your games or haunted it, wouldn't you be kind of pissed off more than like scared?
I would be
Because it's basically
pissed
like,
off.
because like,
Yes.
if your brother was like, if your brother who's like alive and well was like fucking with your computers and shit, wouldn't you be like, I'm like really pissed off?
Yes. And I would be pissed off if he was dead and fucking with my shit.
What would you do if, if like
I'd strangle
your
a chipple.
game, if your game was like
I'd strangle.
haunted
I'd
by someone?
strangle a person named Alex.
What would you
I
do
would strangle.
if
I
your
would
game was
kill.
haunted,
The,
but like it
I
claimed to
would.
be your dead brother, but
Man
like your
behind
brother
the
was alive, it's
slaughter.
like right next to you.
Currently, I would. Man behind the slaughter.
He's just
I.
like,
I'm not listening. I'm not listening anymore.
it's the equivalent
I'm
of
not
like
listening to you.
when your girlfriend gets mad at you for like doing something in her like she dreams you did something wrong and he gets mad at you when she wakes up. It's like that
Mm-hmm.
kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right, I think we've been going for an hour and 8 minutes, so I
You
think
did
we're
the
good.
fucking summary
Oh
like
yeah.
10 minutes
Oh yeah.
ago.
I didn't even re-summarize because I forgot. So the Minecraft movie sucks. Nikocado Avocado Avogadro number guy. He lost weight, and we only talk about him for fucking optics or whatever, um, algorithm shit.
I'm just
And
impressed. That's a good story. That's a good story.
yeah, and yeah. I wonder if other people knew because I know he like did collaborations and shit with people. Like I called this shit like years ago. I can't find the tweet or the comment, but I remember there was like some like thing, like a meme someone posted, and my quote or like the caption I gave it was avocado guy when after he fakes his death and it shows up 2 years later, having lost all the weight and is totally jacked or some shit. And like that's not exactly what happened, but it's the basic idea. He disappeared and
You need
came
to
back
find
losing
that
them.
tweet and like retweet it.
Yeah. What sucks is you can't search your YouTube comments.
Uh, yeah. Anyway,
Like sometimes I'll just find like old like videos and I'll like look through it and just randomly find one of my comments. And they're always like really
yeah,
funny.
because you're such a hilarious guy.
Yeah, I'm very funny. But like I'm funny in like a way that like everything I think I do retroactively is even funnier.
Yep,
Like so me
sure.
letting you ramble for 10 uninterrupted minutes is going to be funnier in like a year.
Are we gonna end this fucking podcast or not?
Anyway, well, I didn't get the 10-minute mark. Anyway, so Minecraft movie sucks. Fat guy lost weight. 9/11 either didn't happen or it was done by a video game character. Um, so yeah, uh, thanks for watching and or listening.
Hippo,
What?
I want to let you know that I had a fucking feeling you were listening to me the entire time.
I
Thanks
forgot.
for listening to us ramble.
I forgot I
It's
forgot
not
the
gonna
outcome.
get any
No,
better.
I,
See you next time.
thanks for watching or listening. I apologize for the poor quality. It's not gonna get any better. All right, this is like extra shit because uh we already did like wrap up the episode, but we're talking about the slender stabbing, and like I was just scrolling through my YouTube like recommendations and shit, and this came up. Like I was watching this video, like this channel a while ago, but I never like I just talked about the fucking Slenderman stabbing with Christian on the fucking podcast, and now it's showing up. So yeah, that's like the Great Magnet Solipsism shit. That's that's messed up. So yeah, they're coming for me. I guess I don't know. All right, that's it. This is the actual episode. Bye.